Hello, my fellow crafters. The other day I showed you how to make some beaded chain links that you could use for various things, and today I'm going to show you some more links, but they're not beaded, they're just made with wire, but they're a little bit different than usual. So we're going to be making this twisted one here, and for this I'm going to use a 20 gauge square wire. And we have this nice little swirl here, and this here is made out of a 20 gauge, but I'm going to do this with an 18 gauge. You can use 20, 18, 16, or 14 for this one. Same with this one, but I'm going to be using an 18 gauge round wire for this. And then this one here is a 20 gauge round wire, which I'll be using again today. You can use an 18, sometimes a 16, but that's kind of pushing it. And I will have the tool list in the description for you. And to get started, we're going to start with the simplest one right here, which, like I said, I'm going to use the 18 gauge for this. And all you really have to do is decide what length that you want your wire to be and angle it down with a nice smooth curve and give it a nice flush cut on both sides. Now this is an artistic link, so it does not have to be perfect at all. Bring in your bail loop pliers. I'm using the second to smallest setting and just curl that down so that it touches the other side, just like that. And do the same on the other side. And to work harden it, you're going to want to bring in your hammer, and you can either just work harden it regular with a few light taps like that, or you can do what I did with this one and flip it over to the beveled side and go ahead and give that a few little score marks to give it that hammered look. Keep your fingers out of the way the best you can. You really don't have to be forceful with it. You just gotta put those little dents, random little strategic spots. Nice and simple. And go back through and very gently flatten it out. You don't want to go overboard, or else you're going to get rid of all those dents that you put in. And then bring your bail loop pliers in again. Since you hammered that, you're going to have moved it a little bit, so you want to put it back to where you want it. So there is one link. And yes, all of these links I do use, and I will show you some of the ways that I use these links. Now we're going to do this one here, which is the next to easiest one. And these are all beginner friendly to intermediate. The last one we're going to be doing is a little bit more intermediate. So for this one here, you kind of just do whatever you want. Well, I'm going to curl my one end down. That's going to be our link. And then just move your pliers down a little bit to wherever you want. It does not have to be measured or perfect. It just has to be unique and how you want it to be. And just keep doing that until you have as much on there as you want, or however squiggly you want it. And I'll go through and I'll bring these little areas a little closer together because we don't really want it to snag or anything like that. And I think that's kind of as squiggly as I want it to be. So I'm going to bring in my bail loop pliers and start to make my little loop. That way I know where I want to cut it at. And I'm going to cut it right in there. And this piece here I'm going to save to use for another project. Might be a small piece, but it's still really useful. Bring in your bail loop pliers and finish that up, kind of pinch that down a little bit so that it's flush with the other piece. You're not done yet, though. You have to work hard on it. And you bring your pliers in and make sure everything is where you want it to be, because we just changed it with the hammering. So there is our second link. And now we're going to move on to the twisted swirl. And to do that, you cut yourself a piece of your square wire. And I would say this is about 3 inches. It could be whatever length that you want it to be. And then bring in your pliers to twist. And once again, this is just twist until you're happy with the twist. You can twist it as little or as much as you want. You don't even have to twist it at all if you don't want to. But this does help to work harden it, and since we're not hammering this piece, I do suggest twisting it just so you can work harden it. It'll help it keep its shape, even though it's only a 20 gauge wire and you're not hammering it, because this here does work harden it quite a bit. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to trim off them ends just yet because I want to see where it goes with it. And I'm going to bring in my round nose pliers, and I'm going to come up towards the tip of the pliers, about in the middle part of the wire. And then I'm going to just turn the wire around the plier. So you have that nice little S shape that's going a little bit further. And then you're going to start to bring them arms around. And you can end this wherever you want to. Now the smaller the swirl, the stronger it's going to be, and the larger it is, the weaker it's going to be. So if you want a really large one, you're going to have to use an 18 or a 16 gauge to do this with. All right, now I'm going to bring in my veil loop pliers again. I'm going to go to the end there, and I'm going to turn this down. And that's not going to end where I want it to, so I'm going to trim that off about at that halfway point right there. And then finish it up right in there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. As you can tell, this is one you kind of have to make adjustments on it as you go. All right, and now I'm just going to flatten this out just a tiny bit. I don't want to go overboard because I don't want to mess up those twists. But I want to make sure that it's nice and flush. And it's definitely durable. See, that's not spread now. It's nice and strong, even though it's a 20 gauge wire, and we didn't really truly hammer it, but we did work hard on it with the twisting. This one here, this is nice and strong too. Alright, so now this here is more of an intermediate, but it is a nice piece, and it adds interest to whatever links that you're doing. It also acts as its own bead. So for this, you're going to want approximately a 5-inch wire. Alright, so yeah, that's about 5.5 inches. It doesn't have to be spot on because you're going to end up trimming some off anyhow, and sometimes it's better to have a little bit more than less. And then you're going to come about 1/3 of the way down that wire, like right in there. And you're going to make a slight bend. I would say about a 70 degree. You don't need it to be much more than that. Bring in your bail loop pliers and put them on there just enough where you can roll that down to about that point there. And then you're going to want to bring this end around. And you're going to wrap this wire 4 times. So we have 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to end it kind of where I'm going to consider the back. And trim that little bit off. Just like that. Now you're going to want to bring in a pair of really fine pliers. I'm using tweezer pliers, and bend that back down about a 75 degree angle. All right, so see how I cut that piece there, and then I bent down so that this lays down inside of that piece. And I'm going to bring in my bail loop pliers again, just dented my mat, and I'm going to curl this down just like that, and see how the spirals are coming up this way. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to bring this down behind so that it's going back down the same exact way these are coming up. So instead of crisscrossing, it's just going to lay on top of that path of wire I already put there. And just real neatly take your time and smooth that down and put 4 loops on there. Just like that. And then you want to finish it off. Give that a little trim. And for me, when I finish these off, I put them down into the inner part of that link. So now we have our 4th link. And sometimes you do have to go back through these and kind of tighten them up a bit. Now, if you wanted to, you can actually go like 5 or 6 on this if you wanted to make a longer bead piece. You would obviously have to use a little bit more wire. All right, so I was wrong. The first one that I made that I showed you at the beginning is actually 18 gauge, and then this one that we just made is a 20 gauge. You can see the size difference here. And then we have some of our other links that we got done. Now these are really handy to use for really artistic style jewelry. You can use them for earrings, bracelets, necklaces, all kinds of stuff. I hope this inspired you to have fun with it, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the projects that you make with some of these. In the meantime, happy crafting, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, bye.